Hello everybody, Bruno here from Lightman Images and Photography, and I'm coming to you literally from my backyard. And as you can see, it's my backyard, the house, white wall. What can I do with white wall? Anything I want to. If I want to, I can put some gel, light this up, make it orange, make it blue, make it red, make it green, whatever that I want. But just for simplicity, we're just gonna use the white wall to create different shades of black. All right? So we're gonna use the wall to create just a basic portrait using natural light where you're gonna see all the textures in the wall. And we're gonna create another shot which is gonna be relatively light gray background as a second look. And the third look, we're gonna create another one that's relatively darker gray, and then we're gonna do our last shot that's gonna be completely black. This white, we're gonna turn it into black. Okay, so I got my neighbor Flint here. Flint, say hi to the world.
Hi, world.
All right, so say hi back to Flint, and we're gonna try to get to work now. What are the tools that I'm gonna be using? I'm gonna be using my Shanghai large format camera, TZ45 2C, and we're gonna be shooting HP5 because right now the ambient light is really, really low. We got very, very cloudy sky right now. And I'm gonna be using speedlights as well, flash. And I'm gonna be using two SB910 Nikon, that is. And I'm gonna trigger with the TT Flex 5. And on camera, I'm gonna be using Pocket Wizard Plus X to trigger the flash. Hold that still as you can, mate. Hold. 3, 2, 1. All right, so you can relax now. So we got one done. Okay, so for our second shot, I'm just gonna move Flint away from the background. Over here, I'm gonna use the inverse square law to do the background shading for us. So that means I'm gonna be using speedlight to be able to put light on him, and the light fading away is gonna actually touch the background just enough to give me that gray, because my settings giving me a black canvas to work with. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of light onto that black canvas to make it slightly gray. Okay, so because the way that Flynn is right now, I love his look, you know, the jewelry and stuff. So we're gonna try to photograph those. We want to show some of that as well. So to do that, I'm gonna get it to sit on a chair so he can pose more comfortably, and then we can get the looks that we want. There's nothing I like better than a backyard operation. And then this is what we got going on right now. Okay, we got a little bit of wind blowing, so it's moving my lights around just a touch. All right, so I'm just gonna take a light reading very quickly. So I need to set my Sekonic L758 to a flash mode, because it's got a Pocket Wizard trigger accessory in here. Yeah, just like that. So we got too much light going on, but we're gonna use it anyway. Yeah, so right now I'm gonna be shooting at 1/25th of a second and at f/16, ISO 320, even though I'm shooting HP5, which is ISO 400. All right, so on camera, I'm gonna use the Pocket Wizard Plus to trigger. And yeah, it's on. So now I just need to couple that with my flash sync port here. And I'm just gonna give that a quick go. It's flashing, so we're good to go. As you can see here, Flint is becoming, is also an assistant. Trying to keep this thing from flying away. Nevertheless, it's gonna move around. I'm gonna leave it to move around because I know where my light falls are gonna be and so on. So I'm just gonna leave it there. When I'm ready to take the shot, I'm gonna come and replace it or put it back in place. And I'm gonna be out of the way to trigger from here. So we're still gonna get the shot. The interesting thing about the pose here, I got his arm being closer to me and the eyes far away. So this is gonna be my knee and this is gonna be my thigh. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of lens plane adjustment here by having to tilt my camera. So I'm gonna focus too far and I tilt to me. All right, so we're there. Just hold still, Flynn. All right, so just firm those eyes for me just a touch. Firm those eyes a little bit. That's it, perfect. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, relax, mate. So just like that, we got our 2 shots. First one against the background, which is the white wall, and the second one we moved away from the background, and then we got the slightly light gray. So now we're gonna do a darker gray. So I'm gonna move him away another 3-4 feet away from the from where he is, and then do a darker gray. All right, Flynn, you can just move. We're gonna move you to about right here. Yeah. Awesome. So for focusing on this one, I'm gonna try a different focusing technique where I'm gonna focus on the bracelet first, and let's see what my bellows movements are, and I'm gonna focus on his eyes and see, the bellows movement as well. All right, so I'm gonna focus on the bracelet first because it's nearest thing to me. Okay, bracelets are in focus. 190. That's right, you're right. .190 to 192. So that's 2 millimeters of bellows movement. So I know exactly where I need to place my focus. And I know what I need to shoot it at anyway. So I'm gonna override a couple things here. Maybe this is gonna be a test. Okay. Because we moved away just a little bit, I just need to recheck my light very quickly. We're still there, so we're good. All right, so just hold still, mate. Look dead straight into the camera. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Relax. It's a tough job, isn't it? All right, so we're gonna do one more shot for you guys, which is making that white background to go completely black. But how I'm gonna get that black background for this particular shot right here, I'm gonna try to create something that's a little bit more dramatic and not ominous, but it's gonna be dark. It could be like film noir or something like that. But I'm gonna get Flynn to stand exactly where he is. Gonna move the chair away. He's gonna put his hat on, and then I want him to look sideways over there. And I'm gonna light him from the side back there to here, okay? And for this particular shot as well, I'm going to meter much more toward the light than metering from a camera perspective. If I light him from the front here, we're gonna get something like f2.2 or 2.5 or something ridiculously, wide open, because there's not enough light getting here and it's gonna be completely washed out. So for that reason, I'm gonna meter from the light side so we can get a good exposure here and then get them to be really, really dark on this side here. But for this particular exercise, I'm not gonna try to add another light here to give them a little bit of rim lights on the side. We're just gonna go light them in the front and then leave it as that. All right? All right, just hold on. Well, just hold on, mate. You there? That's just a test. Okay, hold. 3, 2, 1. Awesome, mate. Whoops, so what happened here? Well, as we all know, in large format photography, you have to be very, very pedantic in how you do things as well. But we were losing the light, even though on the video it showed that we had plenty of light, but we were relatively shooting in the dark at this particular time. So I was rushing, and unfortunately I made that mistake to expose the same side of the film holder. But the very next day I decided to brave the heat and the humidity to see if I can actually just shoot that portion so I can show you guys something about creating that shot that I wanted to create. But in this particular case here, I changed the script just a little bit. Hold it. Here we go. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Alright, so this is the photo that I intended to create in some ways, but this one here, I changed the lighting position just a little bit to be able to illuminate the background and at the same time create what they call, or what's known as, the checkerboard lighting pattern. So the checkerboard lighting pattern basically is just, as on the checkerboard, we got the dark, the light, the dark, the light, the dark, and the light. So basically that's it. And at the same time too, I try to make sure that this side here is actually dark and the far side is actually light. And that's the way the checkerboard passport usually works as well. So I hope you like the video. You don't need a studio to create studio quality images. As you can see here, I use my backyard, and that white wall of my house was basically the background that I need. And I could actually create similar images anywhere, whether I was at the park with the trees in the back. You can actually make the trees disappear with your settings, and then just light up your subjects and put the light as close as you can, so the light fall off will be very, very quick, not to be able to throw lights way at the background. I hope that you enjoyed the video just as much as I enjoy making it, and I would like to hear more about what you think. So drop something in the comments so we can have a conversation. And if you'd like to see more of what I'm doing, by all means, you know what to do. Until then, cheers.